storms and some adversity on Saturday. How do you think they did kind of dealing with some of the penalties, targeting ejections, some of the kind of the odd stuff that happened throughout that game?
Yeah, I think for the amount of points we gave up any time, in college football, that's tough. And so I thought we played well, and Coach always talks about next play mentality, and I thought we did a good job of that because of you said some penalties and things that extended drives where we thought we were going to get off the field, and the one time we think we're going to get a touchdown, and the ball comes out and ends up a touchback. So yeah, I give our kids a lot of credit for going to the next play and competing hard through the whole game.
You guys been putting Willie through ball security drills this week at all, or giving him some flack about that?
They did last night, that's for sure. Got him in the ball security drills. So, but it was a great play and catch it. But yeah, we got to learn to take care of the ball and finish it off. I mean, that would have been a big momentum changer there in the game.
Do you think that's something defensive players ever lack? Is ball security? I know a lot of them played offense in high school, but kind of seems to happen often throughout the country as defensive players.
The bottom line is if they had really good ball skills, they'd probably move over to offense. That's just, when you get kids that can run fast and that. But at the same time, we do the takeaway circuits and we do things like that, and we need to emphasize the ball security because obviously, you can't score without it, and that's the whole goal every series is just get the ball back for the offense.
Coach, third down has been a big point of emphasis for you throughout the season. You look at how your team did against Cal, only one touchdown. I think both those field goals were from 40 yards out. What was your assessment of the team in that area?
Yeah, third downs get you off the field, and I think we played well on third downs all year long except for a couple of games, and we're going to need to continue to do that in order to get where we want it to be.
Going back to those pass interference calls, then you look at the video of Dominic Silville's ejection for targeting. Does that get particularly frustrating for you, sitting up there in the press box, knowing that you can't have a conversation with the officials at all about it to address it?
No, this is the way football is.
Do you find yourself as a defensive coordinator, having coached at the Division I level for a long time now, finding yourself having to relearn the rules and defensive penalties and how they're enforced?
No, I don't worry about things I cannot control.
What do you think of Skylar's play on Saturday, kind of coming up with a key interception at a key time? You guys weren't able to capitalize offensively, but obviously kept them out of the end zone.
Yeah, one of those, the drive had been extended by a couple penalties, and so like I say, all of them did a great job keeping their composure, but he made a great catch on the sidelines, and he's about 1 of 6 for the week. He dropped about 6 of them in practice, but he caught the one that counted.
How do you think the cornerbacks have kind of fared, a few of them playing a little bit more without Sean back there, and then especially Marcus kind of stepping up and starting those couple of games?
They've answered and played really well. Could they play better? Yeah, but I do think we've seen some consistent improvement from them, and we're going to need to continue that this week for the athletes we're going to face.
And with kind of expanded opportunities for George, how do you think he stepped up?
Good, he really has. And so, and most of the time that's what happens. You put somebody in there who hadn't played much, and they usually do a lot better than you think they will. I mean, it's important to them, and so proud of those kids. They've taken advantage of the opportunities.
What's the key to stopping Colorado?
Tackling in space has a lot to do with it. They do a great job of getting the ball to their skilled people in space and on the short routes and that, and then. But we still got to be aware that they do take their shots down the field over the top, and so if we can defend the long ball and tackle well in space on the short passes, then we should have an opportunity.
Have you gone back and looked at the game from last year? Obviously, you guys shut them out and held their passing game in check. Do you use any of that stuff for this year?
Well, we base a lot out of the same stuff, and quarters, man-free stuff, and that, and so. Yeah, we're doing a lot of the same stuff, but I also think each year you got a few change-ups and make them work a little bit.
And then what do you think of their receiver, Laviska Shania? He's kind of questionable, but when he's healthy,
they're explosive. There's 2 of them, too, and number 3 also is that they make some very good plays, and the coach's son's awfully good player when he plays. They make a lot of plays, and so. We'll have to be on top of our best, and that's the thing about a team that gets the ball in space. If you're not ready to play, it can get ugly in a hurry.
What have you seen out of Namadi Oguayo since he's returned to the rotation 2 games ago from injury?
Yeah, it's off the ball and big, strong kid, and it's definitely helped us in our rotation.
And then, you know, somebody who was projected to be a starter, but then you have to work your way back into the mix since this defense has already found its identity. How has he handled that process with just getting himself back up to full speed and meshing with the guys again?
So it's been great. It's been great.